Thank you, Associate Dean Richard Mann, for sharing your thoughts. Next, we would like to invite MP Anita Vanderbilt to deliver the Prime Minister's message. MP Anita Vanderbilt is a Member of Parliament for Ottawa West Nepean, representing the Liberal Party. She is a great partner to her constituents and works hard with Tamil-speaking residents. I am glad to welcome MP Anita Vanderbilt to share her greetings. Along with her is MP Chandra Arya.
Thank you. Good evening. Bienvenue. Je suis très heureuse de vous voir tous ici ce soir. It is so wonderful to be here once again for the third annual Tamil Heritage Month Gala with the Ottawa Tamil Association and to see so many friends and so many familiar faces here tonight. I want to commend the Ottawa Tamil Association for all of the good work that you do in the community for human rights and for inclusion. And this evening, it is my particular pleasure that I am representing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who unfortunately was not able to be here this evening, but he did send his greetings. So I will read you the letter that he sent. It is with great pleasure that I join you in celebrating Tamil Heritage Month 2019. This January, and those to follow, we celebrate the rich heritage and language of the Tamil people. Tamil Heritage Month is an opportunity to deepen our understanding and appreciation of the vibrant Tamil culture. It is also a time to further strengthen the connections between our Tamil Canadian communities and Canadians of all backgrounds. Today, we acknowledge the many significant contributions made by Tamil Canadians to the economic, social, and cultural prosperity of our country. It is a reminder that our country is great, not in spite of our differences, but because of them. Please accept my warmest welcome and best wishes for a memorable 2019 Tamil Heritage Month, signed Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Thank you.
Welcome. It's a great pleasure to be here for the third annual Tamil Heritage Month. I was born in India, South India, in a state adjacent to Tamil Nadu. There are about 80 million Tamils in India, in the state of Tamil Nadu. I think about 3 million Tamils in Sri Lanka and another million or so elsewhere in the world. So I know the Tamil heritage, Tamil culture, Tamil language. In fact, I used to speak sometimes sentences in Tamil while growing up. But unfortunately, without the practice, I can't speak now. Once again, it's a great pleasure to be here. And let's have a good time. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Anita Vanderbilt et Monsieur Chandra Arya. Nous voudrions ensuite présenter le ministre de député de l'Ontario, le député progressiste conservateur de la Baie-Quinte, Tom Smith, qui est également ministre du Développement économique, de la création d'emplois et du commerce, ainsi que le leader parlementaire du gouvernement de l'Ontario. Nous remercions sincèrement le ministre Todd Smith d'avoir présenté le projet de loi sur le mois du patrimoine tamoul à l'Assemblée législative de l'Ontario et de l'avoir adopté à l'unanimité en 2014. Il a fallu près de 5 essais, mais 5e, après l'avoir parrainé, le projet de loi sur le mois du patrimoine tamoul a été officiellement approuvé le 25 mars 2014. Je suis heureux d'inviter le ministre Todd Smith à prononcer les salutations au nom de la province de l'Ontario et à partager quelques mots avec nous.
தமிழ் மரபுத்திங்களுக்கான ஒன்டாரியோ பாராளுமன்ற 156வது வரைவு 2014ஆம் ஆண்டு பங்குனி மாதத்தில் அனைத்து கட்சியினரின் முழுமையான ஆதரவுடன் அமலுக்கு வந்தது. இந்த வரைவை தொடர்ச்சியாக முன்மொழிந்து நிறைவேற்றிய கௌரவ அமைச்சர் டாட் ஸ்மித் அவர்கள் இன்று நம்முடன் இங்கு இணைந்துள்ளார். இந்த வரைவு தமிழர்களின் கனவுக்கான பங்களிப்புக்காக இயற்கைக்கு நன்றி கூறும் தை மாதத்தை தமிழ் மரபு திங்களாக மாதமாக பிரகடனப்படுத்துகிறது.
Next, we would like to introduce Minister Todd Smith, MPP for Bay of Quinte, representing the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. He is also the Minister for Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, as well as Ontario Government's House Leader. Our sincere gratitude and appreciation to Minister Todd Smith for tabling the Tamil Heritage Month Bill in the Ontario Legislature and getting it passed unanimously in 2014. It took nearly 5 tries, but 5 weeks after sponsoring the bill, the Tamil Heritage Month Bill officially assented on March 25th, 2014. I'm glad to invite Minister Todd Smith to deliver greetings on behalf of the province and share a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Vanakkam. It's great to see you all here tonight. This is the first time that I've been able to celebrate Tamil Heritage Month in Ottawa. I have celebrated it many times in the Greater Toronto area, but it's the first time that I've been able to celebrate here with you in Ottawa. I'm pleased to be here with my colleague from the Cabinet of Ontario, Lisa MacLeod, your representative from Nepean, who I understand will be speaking just after me. But it is great to see you all here tonight. As was described, I was the PC Caucus Outreach Chair. I spent a lot of time with folks from the South Asian community, particularly in the Greater Toronto area from 2012 into 2015. And we talked a lot about what had happened in Sri Lanka with the Tamil community. I was so pleased in January of 2014 at Taipongal celebrations in the GTA to announce that I would be bringing forward a bill as soon as the House resumed in February 2014 to introduce Tamil Heritage Month in Ontario. Now, it didn't happen right away. As was also described, it took a couple of times to get the bill passed. But I'm an old football player. And you know, when you hit that line, you got to keep going, right? So on the 5th try, we managed to get unanimous consent to proclaim Tamil Heritage Month in Ontario. And on St. Patrick's Day, of all days, March 17th, 2014, it was proclaimed into law in Ontario. And I'm so proud of that fact. There's a huge Tamil population, as you know, in the GTA, a significant Tamil population here, obviously in the nation's capital. And even in my riding of Bay of Quinte, we have some great Tamil members of our community who are making a real difference in our community. They're leaders in economics. They're leaders in our economy, in business. They're leaders in our cultural community, which is so important. And as Minister now of Economic Development and Job Creation and Trade, what the Tamil community has brought to all of Ontario has been outstanding for our economy, but more importantly, our culture in Ontario. And the fact that we can now celebrate Tamil Heritage Month every January in the province of Ontario is a testament to the work of our Tamil community. You know, on the 3rd and 4th tries that we tried to get unanimous consent passed on this bill, it didn't work. But when the Tamil community showed up in March of 2014 at Queen's Park in the Ontario Legislature, in the galleries overlooking our legislature, it became law. And now we can celebrate Tamil Heritage Month in Ontario. So on behalf of Premier Ford and our cabinet in Ontario and all of our caucus members with the PC caucus at Queen's Park, we're so proud to be able to say that we brought Ontario Tamil Heritage Month here in Ontario and celebrate the contributions of your community in our province. And I wish you nothing but the best. Taipongal is a great celebration. We're almost at the end of it now. We're almost at the end of Tamil Heritage Month in Ontario, but we thank you for the contributions that you've made to our community here in Ottawa, our community in the GTA, our province, and our country, and we look forward to continuing to work with you to make sure that Ontario is the best place in Canada to live. Thank you for everyone being here, and I look forward to Lisa MacLeod coming up after me.
Thank you, Minister Todd Smith, for those kind words. Next, I would like to invite Minister Lisa MacLeod. We are delighted to have you in attendance today. She is the MPP for Nepean, representing the Progressive Conservative Party of Ontario. She is also the Minister responsible for women's issues and also the Minister of Children, Community, and Social Services. She works closely with Tamil-speaking constituents in Nepean and across Ontario. It is my privilege to invite Minister Lisa MacLeod to the podium to share some words.
Thank you very much. Bienvenue, hello, welcome, and of course, vanakkam. It is so wonderful to be here tonight in Sir John A. Macdonald's building, the founder of Canada, who once said, and I quote, "Let us be English or let us be French, but above all, let us be Canadian." Now, that was in 1867. Today, in 2019, we're a diverse country where we celebrate our Indigenous culture, the French and the English who settled these lands, and the people from all across the world who decided to make Canada their home. And I think it's fitting that we're in this building tonight as we celebrate Thai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month. For that, I want to say thank you to my colleague and one of my closest friends in our cabinet, Todd Smith, for his dedication and diligence in ensuring that Ontario proudly has proclaimed Tamil Heritage Month. Thank you, Todd. Now, it's often said that Ottawa is every Canadian's second hometown. I myself was a newcomer 20 years ago to this city from a little place called New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. There wasn't a lot of diversity where I grew up. The big difference for the people who came from Scottish Presbyterian or Scottish Catholic roots. But I'm really proud to represent such a diverse community in the nation's capital, in the riding of Nepean. And I'm very proud of the strong Tamil population that we have in Nepean and throughout the rest of Eastern Ontario. As my assistant Rashawn reminds me, Tamils are a successful community. You've come after a genocide in Sri Lanka, and you've all worked hard. Now let me tell you a little thing about Rashawn. Rashawn was a refugee in India for 22 years before finally coming to Canada as an immigrant. And he became a very successful police officer in Toronto. And I note that our deputy chief is here tonight, and I want to say thank you to you, Uday, for being here to represent our police officers and the diversity that which we strive for in our police services. Now, Rashawn ran as a candidate in the last election. And after the election, when I became appointed Minister of Children, Community, and Social Services with responsibilities for women's issues, immigration, and poverty reduction, came on board as my stakeholders relations manager. Rashawn and each of you in this room are a direct example of what it means to be a Canadian by coming here and succeeding, working hard, and contributing to your community. And so I was really pleased that today Rashawn joined me from Toronto. Rashawn, can we all just say hello to you? I'm really proud of Rashawn. He signifies everything that makes me proud to be a Canadian. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the second largest Tamil population in the province of Ontario. And judging by the crowd here tonight, are all of our honorable colleagues from the federal and provincial houses of parliament. That population is very much appreciated. So it's great to be here I'm very proud to be many of your representative at Queen's Park. And I want you to know that on behalf of Premier Ford, Minister Smith, and the entire Progressive Conservative government, we will continue to value the hard work, the dedication, the prosperity, the kindness, and the generosity that each of you bring to this province. So thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Minister Lisa McLeod. Next, I would like to invite MPP John Fraser. He's the MPP for Ottawa South and interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party. With great honor, I invite MPP John Fraser to share his message.
Thank you, squeeze me in. Good evening, Vanakkam, bonsoir. Je suis très heureux d'être ici avec vous pour cette célébration. Thank you very much for inviting me to your celebration tonight of Tai Pongal and Tamil Heritage Month. I feel very honored to be here. And I think most importantly, I'd like to say thanks to the Ottawa Tamil Society for organizing tonight. Bringing evenings like tonight together are a lot of work. So to all the volunteers and to the entertainers who came all the way from Toronto, thank you very much. Merci. I'm lucky to represent a community where families from 125 countries have chosen to make home. They speak 90 languages. That's pretty incredible when you think about this world to have that much diversity. You know, we live together, we go to work together, our children go to school together, they play together. And tonight, we're celebrating together. Celebrating your culture, your heritage, your experiences. And as my colleague Lisa McLeod said, Canada's a pretty special place. And I want to thank you for everything you do to build up our country, to build it up together, and make it the great place that it is. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, MPP Jean Fraser. Next, I would like to invite MP Garner Janis. He's the MP for Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan. He is also the Deputy Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs. He continues to work with Canadian Tamils to promote human rights in Tamil communities in Sri Lanka. We would like to thank you, MP Garner Janis, and your office for helping with coordination and reservation of this venue. It's a lot of work, and I would like to also extend my thanks to David from your office. We've done a lot of work together to make this possible. It is my pleasure to invite MP Garner Janis to the podium for a few words.
Vanakkam, merci à tous. It's such a great honor to be with you this evening. My staff were a bit shy when they were being recognized, so why don't they stand up and wave so that you can see who they are. Thank you, David, and David, for all the great work you do for me, my constituents, and for all the communities that we work with. I am grateful to have a number of my Conservative colleagues with me as well tonight. We have Bob Soroya, who's our Shadow Minister for Multiculturalism, and also Deputy Shadow Minister for Immigration, was here earlier. Pleased that we have Peter Kent with us, Kathy Wagenthal, John Broussard, our Deputy Whip, and also our candidate for Nepean, Brian St. Louis, who I know is working very closely with the Tamil community there. Andrew Scheer sends his greetings and best wishes as well. He is sorry that he couldn't be here with you tonight. So today we celebrate Tai Pongal. We reflect on Tamil Heritage Month, the accomplishments of the Tamil community. For me, today is also another important occasion. Today is Holocaust Memorial Day. And my grandmother was a Holocaust survivor. A big reason, a big motivation for me to be in politics is to fight for justice, recognizing her experience and the experienced people like her, members of her family who were killed, how she had to spend much of her childhood hiding out, fleeing and escaping from persecution. And she was able to survive because people spoke up on her behalf. She didn't have a voice to speak for herself in a situation where she faced terrible persecution. But other people, created an opportunity for her to survive because they took risks to help her to speak out against what was happening. Politicians like Winston Churchill, people in Germany like Clemens von Galen, who fearlessly stood against the Nazis and risked a great deal themselves in doing it. And when we think about the Holocaust, we say, never again should we allow something so terrible to happen. And yet I am so frustrated as a member of parliament, seeing again and again and again how we have failed to deliver on that promise of never again. Whether it is the horrors experienced by the Tamil people in Sri Lanka and continuing human rights abuses, whether it is the genocide of Rohingya people in Burma, the persecution of Christians, Yazidis, and others at the hands of Daesh in Syria and Iraq. All over the world, so many contemporary examples, the Uyghurs in China and other minorities in China. So many cases where we have failed as an international community to deliver on this real promise of never again. And what is needed today, just like was needed then, are people who are willing to prioritize the fight for democracy, human rights, peace, and justice. And I believe Canada can and must have a strong voice on these issues. And your voice, calling on us, engaging us, encouraging us to prioritize issues of fundamental human rights and human dignity is so important. I was proud of Stephen Harper's decision to boycott the 2013 Commonwealth Summit in Colombo. We have the tool of Magnitsky sanctions, advanced by my colleague James Bazan, which allows us to have targeted sanctions against violators of human rights. And we should use the Magnitsky Act to target those responsible for violations of fundamental human rights in Sri Lanka. Canada can and must have a strong voice on these issues. And your voice is important in making that happen. I so appreciate the work of Professor Richard Mann and your comments about the challenges of framing a narrative around these issues. But we have such a strong, active, politically engaged Tamil community in this country. And as you see narratives that are advanced, that do not reflect the realities of your experiences, you have an opportunity to engage us as politicians to put those issues forward. Standing up for what is right, standing up for justice, speaking out for the voiceless is not always easy. It involves sacrifice, but this is what we must do as a country. We celebrate tonight the freedom we have, the freedom to practice our faith, the freedom to enjoy our culture, the freedom that we have that facilitates this diversity. Let's celebrate that freedom and at the same time commit ourselves to working for the advance of freedom and justice everywhere, to make the promise of never again a reality. That is my commitment to you, and that is something we all must do together. Thank you, and God bless.
Next, I would like to invite MP Bob Saroya. He's the MP for riding of Markham, Unionville. Can I have MP Bob Saroya on stage, please?
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. It's good to see so many of our ministers from the provincial side, colleagues, MPs, regional councillors, and the councillors. Good to see you. Welcome, Norway. It's always good to see the last person on the podium when you don't have to cover all the mileage. Heritage Month, I was the first co-sponsor of the Heritage Month when Gary and Sangri introduced this thing. So Gary came to me, I said, listen, I was the first co-sponsor of this fund. I'm glad it will pass everybody in the entire parliament voted for this for this bill. I'm so glad we are celebrating the Canada First Heritage Month 2019. When it comes to Tamil community, the Conservative Party, us especially from my side, from our side, from the Conservative side, we always stood by them. As Garnet message is 2013, Stephen Harper boycotted the Commonwealth, the conference in Sri Lanka. And going back to 1986, Brian Maloney was the Prime Minister. He was the first person who seen the people coming for the votes. They were welcomed back in 1986. And we are always stand by with the Tamil community. We always have, we always will. If there is anything I could bring to the table, if I could bring anything at all, you can always Google my name, and my office is here across the road here, or in Markham, Namal, in Markham, all of you guys have my personal cell number. If I could be any help, it's always welcome. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you. God bless.
One more speech. I would like to invite MP Irene Matheson. She's the Member of Parliament for London Fanshawe, representing the NDP. She's also the critic of Veteran Affairs. With pleasure, I welcome MP Irene to the podium, please.
Well, thank you very much. I am very cognizant of the fact that I am the only one standing between you and dinner, and I will respect that. I also want to congratulate you. So many politicians, and you're still here. It is a great honor to be here, and I want to say thank you to the Ottawa Tamil Association for making this opportunity possible. Félicitations. Welcome to Ottawa. And I also want to bring greetings from the Parliament of Canada, my leader Jagmeet Singh, and the federal NDP caucus, and tell you that we have a wonderful, very small, but wonderful community of Tamils in London. And they did me the great honor some years ago of coming to my office and talking about what was going on in Sri Lanka, showing me pictures, and allowing me to speak about the terrible events that needed to be redressed, that must continue to be redressed. And I am very grateful to them. I also want to say thank you to the beautiful dancers. I know that you're excited to be here on the Hill. It's wonderful to be in Ottawa. But the parliamentarians who are here are honored by your cultural presentation, your beautiful dance, and your presence here. So we're here to celebrate Tamil Heritage Month and recognize the contributions that Tamil Canadians have made to Canadian society. The richness of Tamil language and culture, heritage and history, and support for education and reflecting on that Tamil heritage for future generations are part and parcel of what makes this evening so very important, and your contribution so very important. So we're collectively grateful to MP Gary, Member of Parliament for Scarborough Rouge Park, for introducing the motion in Parliament that made January Tamil Heritage Month, because it allows us a chance to be together and celebrate Tamil achievements and Thai Pongal as we are here tonight. Now, I want to, again, say thank you to the folks that I've met here for bringing the stories about what happened in Sri Lanka and what continues to happen, and to encourage governments, local, provincial, federal, to be part of a solution to address the tragedy of the war, the horror of the genocide, and compel governments across the world to push Sri Lanka to honor the UN agreements, to make the changes that will lead to peace and reconciliation. And I want to thank Dean Mann for his words tonight and for encouraging all of us to be a part of that reconciliation, that work, and hopefully supporting that fragile peace that works towards a new constitution for Sri Lanka. I also want to say I admire your courage, the courage you demonstrate in making a life for yourself and your children here in Canada, to be part of the homeland that we're building here in an incredible and positive way. So I hope that this celebration continues, that you continue in your efforts. And I have a message from the London Tamil community. They are very excited about the efforts of the Ottawa, Toronto, Scarborough, Vancouver communities, and they want to be part of that. And they asked me to tell you how very excited they are by this and the possibility that they too can join with you and become part of that very strong, very good, very dynamic community. So thank you. Merci beaucoup. Megwech. Enjoy your evening.
Nous allons ensuite procéder par une courte vidéo qui va durer 2 minutes. Elle contient des scènes de violence. Cette année marque le 10e anniversaire du génocide des Tamouls qui a eu lieu en 2009. Plusieurs résolutions de l'ONU appellent toujours à la responsabilité, tandis que les victimes attendent toujours que justice soit rendue. Ce que vous allez voir est une courte bande-annonce basée sur une histoire vraie. Le film devrait sortir plus tard cette année. Il s'agit d'un aperçu du film basé sur une histoire vraie. Ouais. Il s'agit d'un aperçu du film décrivant la lutte d'un Mestin qui a décidé de rester et d'aider les habitants de la zone de guerre de Vani au cours des dernières phases de la guerre civile au Sri Lanka. Nous remercions les créateurs et les producteurs de l'avoir apporté. Nous apprécions que vous n'utilisez pas vos téléphones portables pour enregistrer cette vidéo, car elle n'est pas encore officiellement publiée. Je vous remercie.
மே 2009 தமிழ் மக்களால் ஒரு மறக்க முடியாத வலிகளை நினைவில் அழுத்தும் மாதமும் வருடமும். 10 வருடங்கள் கடந்த பின்னும் ஆயிரக்கணக்கான கதைகளை தம் இதயங்களில் தமிழர்கள் சுமர்க்கின்றார்கள். இதில் கவலை தோய்ந்த, வீரம் செறிந்த மற்றும் தியாகம் நிரம்பிய வரலாறுகளும் அடக்கம். இந்த கதைகளை தமிழர்கள் ஆகிய நாங்கள் உலகத்துக்கு, எதிர்கால சந்ததியினருக்கும் சொல்ல வேண்டும். திரையில் வரவிருப்பது தியாகம் செறிந்த ஒரு வைத்தியரின் உண்மை கதை. இது உங்கள் கண்களுக்கும் செவிகளுக்கும் மட்டுமே. இதை இலத்திரனியல் சாதனங்களில் பதிவு செய்ய வேண்டாம் என தாழ்மையுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம்.
Dinner will be served shortly, and I know we all are hungry, but during dinner there'll be a video, a 2-minute short video presentation. It contains scenes of violence and gore. Viewer discretion is advised. This is the 10th anniversary of the Tamil genocide that took place in 2009. Several UN resolutions still calls for accountability, while victims are still waiting for justice. What you are going to view is a short through story-based trailer. The movie is expected to be released later this year. It is a preview of the film depicting the struggle of a doctor who decided to stay back and help the people in Vani war zone during the final stages of the Sri Lankan Civil War. We thank the creators and producers to bring it to your view. We appreciate if you do not use your smartphones to record any part of this trailer, as it is not official.